Welcome back to a nice and powerful Sword and Shield Wi-Fi battle. Now I've made two classic blunders, the first of which is not having my computer plugged in while I was recording and losing the original audio recording to this Wi-Fi battle. The second of which was I just recorded the post-commentary for this Wi-Fi battle only to realize that my headphone jack was just barely not plugged in. I hate it when that happens, man. I've recorded like Showdown Lives where I forget to put the thing off of mute, or other times where headphone jack wasn't plugged, and other times where the computer's died, and I just haven't learned from it, man. I hate it. Anyways, we're going up against Manic Menace. We're trying to utilize Zygarde 10% with the choice band. We got all the choice items. We got Banded Zygarde, Scarf Blacephalon, and Specs Tapu Lele. Now, looking at their team, this is very similar to the team they brought before. They got their Shiny Dragonite, but they've also got Spadef Heatran, Offensive Zapdos. They got that dang Galarian Cursula from before, too. But I think we can do it. So, looking at the lead matchup here, I cannot OHKO them through that multi-scale, so I need to get the heck out of here. I know they're probably going to Dragon Dance up, but I'll also probably know that they could be weakness policy if they're not heavy-duty boots, especially considering that they let off with it first. So I'm going to get the heck out of there and go out into Ferrothorn, which can wall this thing for days. So, I'm just going to go for the Gyro Ball here. I could go for the knockoff, I suppose, but I'm just going to get some damage right off the bat. They set up to +2. Now, based off the damage that this Gyro Ball does, makes me think that they're probably max HP and not max speed, because I know this is through multi-scale, but still, they just set up to +2. You know, with that damage, Gyro Ball can't even kill after multi-scale is broken. You know? I get I'm not an offensive Ferrothorn, but still, I've got like over 100 base attack? And they just set it to +2 speed? What Pokemon can survive +2 speed from Ferrothorn, Gyro Ball? Anyways, we go for it, and we get them fairly low, but they're still alive, unfortunately. So at this point, I want to keep my Ferrothorn healthy, just because my only form of recovery is leftovers. And I don't have much else that can wall Starmie. Well, I guess I do have a Zoom, but still. So I'm going to make the safe play and go out into my Mandibuzz here. Assuming that they're going to go for another Earthquake. And in return, I can just foul play and kill them. As I do get that play right, but I think I should have simply gone back out into... Well, I don't know. I knew that Outrage would do a lot at +2 to Ferrothorn, so I figured since I could roost up with this thing, I would just go for the foul play, take it out, because I can roost up later on things like Galarian Cursula and be fine. So we take out Dragonite, huge threat to our team, so it is no longer a problem. Go out and spark it up. So here I'm like, alright, I can easily just go out into my Zygarde. Because they're either going to go for Thunderbolt or something, or Discharge, or they might predict Ferrothorn and then go for the Heat Wave. I'm not going to bring in a Ferrothorn on a dang Zapdos. That's what they thought I would do, but nah, man, no. So, thankfully we do not get burned either, thank goodness. So here I am going to go for 1,000 Arrows, Choice Banded. I did not calc this ahead of time, but I had more faith in Zygarde. Every time I put faith in Zygarde, I just lose. Like, look at that. Does not get the kill. They are grounded, however, now at least. They go for the Hurricane and instantly take me out. I'm like, dang. I don't think that crit mattered one bit. That was Life Orb, Zapdos, but still, it's offensive. How did it not kill? But I see that they are very low, and you know what I see? Well, I got a Scarf Blacephalon. Oh, here, I'm trying to make sure that it's max attack, and it is. It just didn't kill. That's the fact. Oh, I think I go to look at the individual stat. Yeah, 152, which is what it is at level 50, if you're jolly max attack. So here, I'm going to go with Blacephalon, because obviously, I'm going to get this Beast Boost real quick. They don't really have any switch in. Well, they do have actually a freaking Spadef Heatran as their switch in. But once I get rocks up, if I can get rocks up, they can only come in so many times. So we go for the Shadow Ball, and we're gonna take this thing out, get a nice Spatak boost. Beautiful. So here, I think they go out into Heatran, and I think I just go for the, oh, they go out into Rillaboom. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Because if they're trying to live this hit, I think they're mistaken. So I calc that I can live the Grassy Glide, and I'm like, okay. Considering that, I'm just going to go straight for another Shadow Ball, because I don't think that they're going to stay in here. Because why risk getting their thing so low? Because to me, this is their win con. I mean, only thing I have for this is this and Tapu Lele, so I'm going to gamble it here. And the gamble does pay off because they go Heatran. And we get a nice and powerful +1 Spatak boosted Shadow Ball. So I'm pretty sure if it didn't reveal it already, I am indeed Scarf. So it still does a lot of damage even without Specs. You can, if I was Specs, I would have swept their entire team at this point. Well, no, they have a Starmie, so I'll have to get rid of that. But I'm afraid of getting Earth powered here because I'm not exactly sure what their set is. So I think I go Mandibuzz, as I'm fairly certain they go for Protect. Yeah, I'm kind of like questioning what I should do here, but yeah, I'm gonna go back and forth like 2 times between Mandibuzz and Shine, but I end up going Mandibuzz. As they're gonna go for Protect, so I'm like, okay, that's cool, that's fine. I'm just gonna simply go for the Roost and be okay. Yeah, that grassy terrain really sucks. Man, Heatran and Rillaboom are such great partners. It's crazy. So they withdraw here as they go out into their Galarian Cursula. This thing is not a problem for me this game, thankfully. The biggest problem is the Heatran. But this thing I'm not concerned about whatsoever, because I have Toxic on my Mandibuzz. So with that, this thing is going to be put on a timer and it can't do anything. I can just stay in on this thing and wall it infinitely with Roost. I win this matchup every single time. So we land the Toxic first try, and they are indeed poisoned now. So with that, they're going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. And because I'm Will-O-Wisp, my foul plays won't be doing nearly as much, but I didn't really plan on using foul play that much anyways. I guess that would have been nice versus Rillaboom, but we're going to go for the foul play just to cancel out a bit of the grassy terrain damage, or the grassy terrain healing. But look at that, that does like, what, 1 to 2%? I get it doesn't have any attack, but still. So they go for rocks here, and I'm like, you're sitting in the face of a Mandibuzz. Do you see any other Rapid Spinners or Defoggers on this team? I mean, I have a Blacephalon. You think I'm not going to pack Defog? Nah, fam. And plus, you are poison, sir, so I am perfectly fine to just sit here and go for Defog. This is absolutely fine for me. So we go for the Defog here, as we're going to get rid of the rocks, and they go for the Strength Sap. Now, I didn't think that it was going to heal that much, but I think it actually gets into full, does it not? Yeah, I'm like, dang, but that's fine because poison damage will keep racking up, and now you've lowered my attack, so. And I'm already burned. I don't know if burn accounts for Strength Sap, but, or Strength Sap accounts for burn, but I'm just going to roost up here. I am perfectly fine to just sit here, as they realize the impending doom that they're in and decide to go out into Starmie. I guess it makes sense though. They got to as high how much health as they could get. So we go for the Roost, as I'm like, alright, they could go for the Rapid Spin here, but that might also seem kind of obvious. So, oh wait, I don't even have rocks up, do I? They're the ones that got rocks up, so No, they're just going to go for straight the Hydro Pump. I'm like, alright, this is the easiest Ferrothorn switch in of my life. So we go Ferrothorn on this Hydro Pump, and because I did not take any additional damage from Dragonite, we are going to eat it up and be in a healthy position. At least healthy enough to live these Hydro Pumps. Now, I know I am in the face of Starmie, but I am going to go for knockoff here and possibly remove. They're not Life Orb. I was thinking they might be Meteor Beam or something, but I feel like Meteor Beam sets don't usually one serve, so I go for the Ice Beam here. Do a pretty good chunk, but thankfully I don't get frozen, and we're able to knock them off, almost kill them. I was thinking that they wouldn't stay in, that's why I went for knockoff over anything else. I was like, alright, well let me just go for the safest play here. I can live another Ice Beam, so I'm going to take this opportunity to get out rocks. Because I really need it for Heatran to be taking damage so that it will eventually die to Blacephalon and I can just sweep. So we go for rocks. And yeah, they can't afford to Rapid Spin here because they're gonna. I'm just gonna get Stealth Rocks up again here. I'm gonna go for Stealth Rocks just to ensure they stay up in case they Rapid Spin. They can only Rapid Spin like twice, and even then I'll easily live the hit. So they have to go for Ice Beam here, but just in case, I went for Stealth Rocks. So Ferrothorn goes down, a worthy sacrifice. He took out Dragonite, and he got Starmie really low, and set of rocks. So we're going to go Blacephalon here and start seeing what type of damage we can do. I see if they want to. I doubt that they're going to lose their They're not going to want to lose Starmie here, because this is the only way they can remove hazards. So they go straight out into their Heatran, who no longer has grassy terrain to heal him, and he's going to take some nice rocks. And I'm just like, come on, give me that Spadef drop. Give me that Spadef drop, I need it. As unfortunately we do not get it. If we had gotten it, pretty sure they would have been in range right there. But because of that, we are going to have to switch out. I don't want to take a Earth Power or anything like that, because Blacephalon is one of my win cons in addition to Tapu Lele. So, we are just simply going to go out into Shine A, because I'm like, alright, well, if I can get rid of the Heatran, I win. So, I do have Bulldoze on this thing, and Grassy Terrain is no longer up. They go for a Toxic. I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's fine. But I forget about the fact that, obviously, since they are toxic, they're gonna have Protect. So, I neglect. And I think they tried to go for Protect earlier, did they? I think against Mandibuzz or something. So, I make the mistake of going straight for the Bulldoze here. I should have just gone for the Belly Drum, because if I had, their only switch-ins are Starmie or Rillaboom. Like, honestly, if I'd have gotten the Belly Drum off, I might have just gone for Play Rough. I'm being honest. Or maybe I would have gone for Bulldoze, I don't know. So I'm like, alright. Now I've revealed that I have Bulldoze, unfortunately, so I'm forced to go onto my Mandibuzz. I really wish that if this Azumarill had knockoff, then I would have easily swept. Because if they'd switched down to Rillaboom on the knockoff, they would have died to +X knockoff, and I would have just swept. Either way, though, they bring in their Cursula, which is basically dead at this point. I mean, it's already in the lore dead, but it is a ghost type. But it's going to be fainting here pretty fast. So I'm making a risk here. I know they're probably going to go for Nightshade, but I really want to get some momentum because the battle has already been going on for like 13-14 minutes. So I can't afford to be wasting time, because time is precious in these 20-minute timer errors. As they do indeed go for a Nightshade. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Because I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball on the weakened Heatran. They cannot afford to switch in. If they want to go Starmie, they give me a boost. If they want to go Rillaboom, they'll get very low, as they do indeed withdraw. So Blacephalon's keeping the pressure. They do decide to go Rillaboom here. And they're going to get super low. Now, from what I calced, I'm fairly certain that Grassy Glide could kill if they're banded from this range. So, I did not want to risk losing my Blacephalon. I mean, this thing has like 51, 55 defenses, so I can't afford to lose it. Not here. So, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to make the safe play and switch out into my Mandibuzz. And I'm sorry that my voice is getting real hoarse. I don't know why, I just can't shake this cold I've got. So we go Mandibuzz here. As I'm fairly certain they're going to go for the knockoff, yep. So they make a good play, but knocking off my heavy duty boots is the least of my concerns. As I can easily poison you here. And we're going to run out their grassy terrain turns, hopefully. I just go for the foul play here. Do I go for Roost? Yeah, we go for foul play. Yep, because they're going to sack off Starmie here, unfortunately. Like, man, I should have doubled out, back out into Blacephalon here, actually. That would have been a really good play. Doubling out on the Starmie, because they would have absolutely no switch-ins. Would have been a really good play. Because obviously they're not going to stay in against Mandibuzz. But I really thought they would go Heatran. So, if I had gone Blacephalon there, we would have swept from there, but the chance of them going Heatran was just too much. I couldn't afford to risk that either. So, Starmie's now gone, so we're losing food for Blacephalon, but he's still powerful with just a Scarf. As in comes the Heatran once again, the bane of my existence. So here, they are about half, and I cannot do anything to this thing. Like, seriously. Can't touch it, so I'm forced to go out into Shine A. And here, at this point, I make another big misplay. You'll see in a sec. Because here they go for the Magma Storm. And I'm like, alright, I know they're probably gonna just go for the Protect. So in response to that, I'm gonna go for, or actually wait, do I attack first? I can't remember what I did. So we're still out of range of Citrus, but then the Magma Storm comes in. Yeah, so all of that combined, I go for the Belly Drum here. Sorry, I got real hoarse throat. I go for Belly Drum because I'm like, they're going to Protect. I've already seen it. Yeah, so we get that right. But then guess what? I'm going to die to the combination. I'm like, alright, well, I can be in range of Toxic. But then I forgot all about the dang Magma Storm, folks. So we maximize our attack here. I know Belly Drum wouldn't have done anything after. I mean, they would have gotten more healing anyways. So there's not much I can do here regardless. We're going to take now the second turn of Poison. I'm like, alright, I live, cool. But then Magma Storm, and I'm dead. I'm like, dang it. But, thankfully, I do have one win con in the back. Now, this is very risky because they still have a Galarian Cursula. But if I can get this off, then I will win with the combination of Mandibuzz, Tapu Lele, and Blacephalon. So, we're going to bring in our Specs Tapu Lele. We're going to go for the move that is infamous throughout all the Pokemon. We're going to go for Focus Blast here. This is my only chance to win. It's not my only chance. So, we go for the Focus Blast, and we miss. Of course we miss. They go for Flash Cannon. But because they are a defensive Heatran, and now have no attack investment, we live. Thankfully. Thank goodness for Tapu Lele's decent special defense. So, with that, I'm like, alright, I still have a chance here. I have to go forward again. I know they might go Galarian Cursula, you know, but I think they felt sorry for me in this moment, and they actually decided to go out into their Rillaboom here in a sec. So they're thinking about their turn. I guess going Cursula wouldn't do that much because either way they would lose to Poison. And I just go Blacephalon and start getting boosts, so I guess that makes sense. So they go this to get rid of my terrain, and now Timer is coming in, folks. So we are coming down to the wire. So I'm going to go for a Focus Blast again, and thankfully we do manage to hit. So we take out the Rillaboom. So at this point, in theory, my Blacephalon could probably win, all things considered. I'd probably just need like, well no, it's out of range of 2 hits from Blacephalon. I would need like a Spadef drop. Keytrain comes back in. I'm like, alright, this is my one shot. You know, it's like the Eminem song comes on. If you had one shot, one opportunity to capture everything you ever wanted, would you take it? And Tapu Lele takes it, reaches out and grabs that opportunity and takes out that Spadef Heatran. So now all that's left is simply a glaring Cursula that has been poisoned, my friends, and it will be on a timer and can be 1v1'd by roosting Liptop with Mandibuzz infinitely. So with that, my friends, we have won the game. The timer does run out, but you know what? That's going to be a win in our favor because they only have this thing left. So yeah, we made a few misplays, but I think I was just going for the safest play. Sometimes you got to take risks. I definitely misplayed that Azumarill though. That was a big misplay, but there were a couple plays where if we'd gone for Shadow Ball, if we'd switched into Blacephalon hard, we could have won easier, but we still take the win today. So it's going to be it. GG's Manic Menace. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the next Wi-Fi battle. We'll see you guys next video. Bye.